There is heavy tension in the southeast as army are forcing travelers to come down from vehicles at checkpoints. Soldiers of the Nigerian army deployed under Operation Udoka are forcing travelers in the southeast to disembark from vehicles at numerous checkpoints that litter the region. On getting to any of the checkpoints manned by heavily armed soldiers on major highways in the region, vehicles, both commercial and private, will stop to discharge passengers. The passengers, mostly travelers, will then trek across the checkpoint. On getting to a considerable distance beyond the checkpoint, they will stop and wait for the vehicle that was conveying them. The driver will then move the vehicle past the checkpoint to meet the waiting passengers, who will subsequently return to their seats in the car. The journey will continue until the vehicle gets to the next checkpoint, where the process will be repeated. The ICIRO correspondent who experienced the situation while traveling across the southeast state noted that the development has frustrated motorists and travelers in the region. During a trip from Enugu to Umuahia, the Abia State capital, on Friday, the 21st July 2023, the commercial bus boarded by the ICIRO correspondent was made to stop and discharge passengers at 8 different checkpoints in the southeast. At each of these checkpoints, passengers, both young and old, male and female, had to come down and trek to the other side to wait for the vehicle. Interestingly, the vehicle and passengers are not searched at the checkpoint, but the ICIRO correspondent observed that the heavily armed soldiers are alert as they watch the passengers walking past the checkpoint. During the morning period, when a lot of people are traveling, the checkpoints are usually crowded with so many passengers who had been disembarked from several vehicles. The vehicles, mostly buses, which had discharged the passengers, will also queue up. They wait until the passengers have walked past the checkpoint before driving through one after the other to pick up their passengers. The ICIRO correspondent observed that when the volume of traffic at the checkpoint is high, some passengers have difficulty identifying the particular vehicle they boarded. However, the ICIRO further noted that motorists, especially commercial transit bus drivers and travelers, are not happy with the development. The repeated disembarkation at numerous checkpoints is not only stressful, it also wastes time, making the journey to last much longer than it should be. The journey from Enugu to Umuahia, which ordinarily should be less than 1 hour, lasted for more than 2 hours. This is a war zone. It is only in war zone that you can witness this. An aggrieved passenger mooted as travelers waited for their vehicles to move past the checkpoint and pick them to continue the journey. Many passengers expressed anger at the situation. A passenger who said she has gotten used to the situation, being a regular traveler on the road, explained that she starts her journey 2 or 3 hours earlier than usual in order to meet up with appointments. According to her words, if not, you will not arrive on time. You have to add extra 1 or 2 hours in order to meet up, the woman told other travelers. An old woman who complained of arthritis could barely walk across one of the checkpoints and had to be supported by a sympathetic co-travelers. A report published by the ICIRO in January highlighted the high level of insecurity in the southeast. The situation stabilized a bit during and immediately after the elections, but insecurity in the region again escalated after an indigenous people of Biafra IPOB faction led by Simon Ekpa ordered and enforced a one-week sit-at-home from July 3rd to July 10, 2023 to demand the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. In many towns and communities, individuals who venture out to attend to businesses or other engagements were attacked by unknown gunmen. Lives were lost and properties were destroyed. Concerns over further escalation of insecurity heightened after Simon Ekpa declared another 2-week sit-at-home order in the southeast starting from July 31st, 2023 to August 14, 2023. Operation Udoka is the Nigerian Army response to the insecurity in the southeast. In Igbo, the language spoken in the southeast, Udoka, means peace is greater or peace is better. The operation under the control of 82 Division of the Nigerian Army Enugu has troops drawn from military and paramilitary formations. The mandate of the operation, as stated by the former Chief of Defense Staff, Lucky Irabo, is to flush out the criminal element disturbing the peace and socio-economic well-being of the southeast. Top on the agenda of Operation Udoka is notifying the sit-at-home orders in the region. After Simon Ekpa ordered the 2-week sit-at-home, the Chief of Army Staff, Tarud Lagbaja, a Major General, ordered the troops to seize control of areas where the pro-Biafra agitators enforced the sit-at-home order throughout the southeast states. The Chief of Army Staff has handed down clear directives to the 82 Division of the Nigerian Army operating in synergy with other security agencies to ensure robust patrols to dominate all flashpoints and in-place measures to ensure citizens are free to go about their legitimate businesses. Director Army Public Relations Officer Onyema Nwachukwu, a Brigadier General, told Punch newspaper. In line with its mandate, the presence of troops of Operation Udoka at numerous checkpoints in the southeast is aimed at ensuring security and stabilizing the region, while residents, particularly those undertaking trips on highways, express their annoyance at being made to disembark from vehicles and trek at military checkpoints. A security source who did not want to be named because he was not authorized to speak on the matter told the ICIRO that passengers are ordered to come down from vehicles because of several instances where unknown gunmen in vehicles attack military and police personnel at checkpoints. The army and the police force have lost men in these surprise attacks, whereby hoodlums in vehicles launch guerrilla attacks at checkpoints. It has happened several times, so to avoid more losses, passengers have to come down before vehicles are allowed to pass checkpoints, the source said, adding that there has been a drastic reduction in attacks on military and police checkpoints since the measure was put in place, he stated. A prominent Igbo leader who asked not to be named also justified the actions of the troops. According to his words, if you allow people to stay inside their vehicles at a checkpoint, maybe somebody will start shooting at the military personnel. All these are happening because of the high level of insecurity in our land, and our youths, our people are behind this. That is why we are calling on those behind this to have a rethink. In the southeast today, there are checkpoints everywhere. Stepping down from the vehicles at different checkpoints is annoying, but let's have empathy. Let's put ourselves in the position of the other person who is doing his job, manning the checkpoint to ensure the safety of other people, the Igbo leader said in an interview with the ICIRO on Saturday, July 22, 2023. The leader of Nzuko Igbo, a pan-Igbo sociopolitical group, Okechukwu Obioha, condemned the action of the troops manning the checkpoint. In a chat with the ICIRO on 22 July 2023, Okechukwu Obioha expressed anger at the heavy military and police presence in the southeast. He blamed the insecurity in the southeast on enemies of the region. According to his words, this is not obtainable in any other part of the country. The southeast is now a police state. About 4 years ago, the southeast was the safest place in Nigeria. So enemies of the southeast now introduce unknown gunmen and other problems just to make sure there is restiveness in the region, Okechukwu Obioha stated.